Hey guys, MD Prepper here. Another firearms review. Another low-cost firearms review. This time on the Kel Tec Sub 2000 carbine in 9mm. Not seeing a heck of a lot of reviews of these on YouTube. This is a niche market type of gun. Didn't have one for a lot of years because I didn't own Glocks. Once I ended up buying a Glock, looked around and figured I pretty much had to have one of these. This is Kel Tec's intro into the sub rifle carbine market. Very unique, very interesting little gun. I'd have to say it's not the most attractive gun in the world, but gets the job done. Got this for about $325. They'll run $325 to $350, give or take. They come in several options, 9mm and 40 caliber. Kind of wish they had a 45, but hey, that's a discussion for later. And they come chambered differently. You got to check these things. Just because you see a Sub 2000 chambered 9mm, that does not mean it's the one you want. They come chambered in two types of Glocks. They come in a Glock 17 and a Glock 19 version. This was originally, and I guess still technically is, the Glock 17 version that had the longer extension grip, the full grip on it, that would only fit Glock 17 mags and the longer 33 round mags. Second thought, I wish I had one of those 33 round mags here to show you. But anyway, these things are hard as heck to find, at least here regionally for me. You can find the 40s, you can find the oddball 9s that don't chamber the Glocks. That's not what I wanted. When I went to the gun show, I was hell-bent on finding one of these. There was only one in the entire gun show. I bought the only one that the show had. 325, which is what I was looking for. This one only chambered for Glock 17s. Again, not what I was looking for, but I went and modified it. Some of you people may say, the horror, but again, this is a purely functional gun, knock-around truck gun, something like that. Magazines, the Glock ones. If it will chamber the Glock 19, it will chamber the Glock 17, but not the other way around, because the grip is too short on the one for the Glock 19. Now, as you may be able to see here, I actually cut this grip down. Yes, I did. I modified the grip out of a firearm that can't be exchanged and replaced or anything like that, but I did it very carefully and got exactly what I wanted. Shortened it up, basically, because I don't run Glock 17s. I run Glock 19s and smaller. I don't own the full-size Glock. I've got other full-size guns that I think are better than, or more useful in my purposes than the full-size Glock in 9mm. This thing also comes in a proprietary Kel Tec magazine, which is only a 10-round mag. Still double stack. I don't know why you'd want the proprietary one, but other than Glock style mags, they also come in an alternate version that can be converted to fire either Smith & Wesson double stack mags or Beretta mags. Now, if you have a Glock type rifle setup, it cannot be converted to fire Smith & Wesson or Beretta. And if you have Smith & Wesson / Beretta, it can't be converted back the other way. So the only way you can really tell, at least other than the description, is the back side of the magazine release there. See those two little notches let you know that's a Glock. Can't remember what the other one looks like exactly, but it's definitely different. If you don't see those two little lines there, make sure you ask them. Make sure you let them hand you a Glock mag, put it in there, make sure it works. Other than that, 16-inch barrel, ultra short, as short as you can get. Kind of polymer, carbon fiber reinforced grips there in the forward end. Nothing real special. Very lightweight gun. It's about 4 pounds overall. Full length is 29.5 open. Like I said, 16-inch barrel. And what's interesting, the best part about this rifle and why I got it, it's collapsible. It's the only collapsible gun like this I've ever seen. Now here's the way to collapse it down. Trigger guard goes down, the whole barrel flips back. And if you're careful, you can lock it into place back here on the back side. This is 16 inches long. This fits in my range bag. So when I go in with my pistol range bag over my shoulders and no rifles, they say, "Oh, would you like pistol range?" I said, "No, I'd like rifle." And they look at me like I'm crazy. The guys at the gun store and the gun range that I shoot at had never fired one of these. They were very impressed. One of the main guys there, managers, came up and wanted to fire it first time I took it to the range. Loved it a lot. Next time I came back, they had a few on the shelves. To release it, when the closed position, you do not have to use and cannot use the trigger guard. There's a little lever here on the back side that you depress, roll it out, snap it in hard, and it locks into place. Now all I have to do is chamber around. Got your standard magazine release here on this side. Nothing real impressive, just kind of standard. Also some standard checkering on the pistol grip. You can also add one of those rubberized Hogue style wraparound grips, slip-on grips if you want to. I don't see a need for that. Since I've cut this thing down, I use the Glock 19 mags with a 2-round extension on them. Fits perfect. Absolutely perfect. Even better than the rifle was before, despite what some of you may say about that retrofit there. Sights are standard peep sights. Your rear peep sight drops down and folds back when it's collapsed. Your front peep sight has a little red fiber optic on it, which I've heard is fairly fragile. If you beat it up against anything, it could break. I have not had that problem, which of course I've not been beating this thing around in the woods or anything like that. Don't know if this would be a woods gun for me. This is more my keep it in the car type bag, bug out bag type gun. I've got my Glock in the car. I've got some holsters with a couple extra mags in it. This is a great addition to tack on. 9mm out of a rifle barrel is a heck of a lot better than a pistol barrel. You can look at my high-point carbine if you want to see comparisons and discussion on that. Again, this is a step up in my mind from the high-point carbine. Nowadays, with the new stocks on the high-point carbine, these will run about the same price. And will take high-cap mags. So for a little bit extra money slightly, I would say this may be a better option for you, especially if you've already got the Glock, the Smith & Wesson, or the Beretta to pair with it. It's a wonderful little combo. Charging handle on this thing, a little odd. Charging handle's right back here. You can see the bolt move back. I'm not going to move it all the way back because it will not lock in place now with the add-ons I've got for it. Generally, you can lock this back in the open position. With my accessories, they won't allow that to happen. This does reciprocate every single time you pull the trigger, so make sure you don't have anything under there, arms or slings or anything like that, otherwise it's going to get caught up. Additional bonuses to this, add-ons. I have added 4 different add-ons to this gun, which do not necessarily appear apparent to start off with. First of all, the sling. The sling does not come standard. I like the sling a lot. Got that directly from Kel Tec. Attaches here, middle of the rifle, and the buttstock. There's a slot there, like a lot of your ARs and other stuff like that. Doesn't attach at the front because that gets in the way of the folding action. What I tend to do with this, I don't sling it over one shoulder. I just take this sling and sling it over my neck, and that's it. Basically acts like a single point sling. This thing is light enough at 4 pounds, it's not going to get in the way, and so it won't get in the way of my holsters on my right hip with my Glock, or my extra magazines on my holster on my left hip. It'll just hang there. I can still pull my pistol off from one side and grab my mags from the left side if need be. Get us for good hands-free. Safety, basic standard push button. For the left side, you push right to fire. You push back for safe. Additions to this, other than the sling here, there's a little plastic. Tactical great name. Tactical makes all sorts of little accessories for this. I think I have all the accessories they make. They make a little rubberized pad that goes over the all-metal charging handle there. A lot smoother, a lot easier to get a hold of. Very cheap, didn't cost me much at all. Secondly, from Tactical products, I also got this little rubberized recoil spring cover here. Because the recoil spring like an AR is back in here. This was just raw metal before. It's rubberized, gives a better cheek weld. It's not as hot or as cool on your cheek if you happen to be shooting in the cold or in the heat. Again, it was very cheap. I think that was 10 bucks, a little slip-on there. Has a cute little Tactical guy there that I don't think you can probably see. In addition, this also has the recoil buffer on the inside. Now, I'm not going to sit here and disassemble this thing right now. That's not really the point of this video. I may do that later. But back here is where you can get access to the spring and everything else. And they make a little cheap recoil buffer that slides in there. Reduces recoil a good bit. Again, recoil was not bad in this to start with, but it definitely makes it better with the buffer in there. This is a very short, very enclosed pistol. If you're a big guy, this thing's probably going to be too short for you. It's almost a little too short for me at times. Takes some getting used to, but it's a good little gun. Like it a lot. The recoil buffer, when you add that though, it adds enough space back here that you will not be able to retract the bolt and the charging handle to lock it in the locked open position. Not been a problem, hasn't hurt function in any way. I've never, ever had a failure to fire, failure to eject with this. I've got 500 to 600 rounds through this thing. Barely cleaned it. Probably, I don't think I ever cleaned it all for probably the first 300 rounds through it. Absolutely no problems. Only other thing about this, which not a major consideration, you can't carry this with one in the chamber if it's folded up. You can like this. This is fine at standard rifle configuration. But when you split the bad boy in half, which is ultra cool function for under the car seat or whatever, there's your barrel. And there's your bolt, if you could see that. So if you were to open this with a round in the chamber, basically you're going to split things open and a round's going to come falling out. Did that once just for fun, see what would happen. So you can't carry one in the pipe when it's folded up. Wouldn't need to anyway. You can still keep a 15 or 17 33 round magazine in this. Only addition, wish I had that 33 round magazine. Just to show you, this thing looks ridiculous with a 33 round mag in it. It's almost as high as it is long with that big mag in there. It looks like this giant weird shaped T. Works just fine, 33 rounders. It's just odd looking. I prefer the little shorter magazines, which is what I tend to carry from my Glock 19 anyway. This was a compliment of my Glock 19 car carry type gun, get home type rifle. I recommend it. I like it a lot. It's kind of funny looking. They make a lot of other accessories now, including a flip over optics rail for a red dot or something like that. I kind of think that defeats the purpose of this rifle because that red dot mount, 60, 70 bucks for a gun this cheap. I don't know if I'd spend that on it. If you want to, that's fine. Anyway, the Kel Tec Sub 2000, 9mm. This was for Glock. Highly recommend it, especially if you've already got the complimentary handgun to go with it. MD Prepper out on another low-cost prepping option for firearms. Thanks.